So after a very short break, we are back with our second game in the men's B semifinal, quarterfinal. Check that. I'm a little ahead of myself. Quarterfinal in the men's B. Surrey Hounds and the Kamloops Blackjacks. Both teams from British Columbia. The Hounds in the white and black. Kamloops, the predominantly dark jerseys. That'll be an offside, but pass came from deep in the Blackjacks' end, so that's where the face-off is going to be. Cameron Rang to take the face-off for the Hounds. Out at center, it's kept in. Rang looking for it. Following up on it is Gill. He lost it. Tipped in by Longener. Ball bouncing around the side of the goal. It's cleared. Rana couldn't get it out over center. Kept in by Irchuk. Back at the center red line. Long shot in by Baimo, and then it goes in. Bit of a strange one as it came out from behind the goal. Banged home. Didn't look like a whole lot was happening, but it is 1-0 for the Blackjacks. AJ Kayla will play it back to his defense partner. Up through the middle, looking for Traversy. Over to Nijar. That ball comes to the boards, and out come the Blackjacks. Kept in at center. All right, down into the Blackjacks' end. Already leading 1-0. Tyson Gayer. Whoa, just a little bit high. Up into the mesh. It's in on goal, played away. Trying to crash the net for the Hounds. Gill couldn't hold it in. Now Gill has got it. And his stick lifted. And it's going to be a penalty coming up to the Surrey Hounds. They touch it up. Nav Gill gone to the penalty box. It'll be a power play for Kamloops, already leading it 1-0. They'll control it off the face-off. Back here to Irichuk. He's poke checked to be kept in. Bartella on the far side. Back to Bartella. That shot whistled wide. It'll come back to Henderson. Henderson. Favreau. Back to Henderson. Back to Favreau. That shot hit somebody. Missed short side.
Surrey Hounds penalty. Charge to number 9.
No trouble controlling it, but managing to get it under control is Henderson. And he gave it away. And it'll be cleared down the floor by Gill. Both teams changing. It's under a minute to go in the power play. Dumped in by Bartella. He'll go into forecheck himself. It'll come out, but still kept in by the Blackjacks. Graham waiting for a player to come off the bench. Over here to Anderson. Back to Graham. Graham's got it again. Tried to play it into the slot. That was picked off by Juka. Time winding down in this penalty. It's now over. And offside will be the call. 9:58 left to go, first period, 1-0 Kamloops. Controlled by Surrey. Looking to get it to Juka. Going to update that. Number 4 is Shea Scott. All right, so Kamloops stop up behind their goal as we continue to work on getting the rosters updated. Based on the score sheets that come in and are posted on the Canada Ball Hockey website. Face off just outside the Surrey blue line. Shot did not get through. Cleared. It'll come out. On it is Traversy. He lost it. Brought back in. There's Irichuk. Shot looking behind him as the goaltender. It stayed out. Traversy tied up out at center. Battle won by Sutter. And down to the goaltender. Covered. Almost a dangerous rebound, but then cleared away. Traversy. He's got Bartella all over him. Can't get it out. Bartella into the middle. A little further. Going around behind the goal. Kamloops on it, back at the point. So it's Loniger. Loniger heads for the front of the goal, doesn't get the return pass. Shot wide by Graham. Comes to the side of the goal. In behind, bounces up. Comes to the corner. Kamloops on it. Back to Graham, the captain. We'll go the other side. Good shift here for the Blackjacks. Everything down in the Surrey end. Now they turn it over. Can Surrey get it out, though? They do. Down the floor. Can't do anything with it. We'll come back down to our left. $7:10 to go, first period, 1-0. Kamloops Blackjacks. Surrey win the face-off, throw it around the boards, but can't get it out, kept in. Anderson had it taken away. Rana has to stop at the blue line. Still not in. Turning and shooting it in is Gill. Stopped up back there by Armstrong, the goaltender for the Blackjacks. Rana trying to get it to the front of the goal. Had it knocked off his stick as he cut in front. Quick outlet pass to Gayer. And he lost it at the blue line. Gayer back in his own end now. That's kept in by Gill. That shot blocked. Rebound also blocked, goes up in the air. Armstrong reaching for it, couldn't catch it. Surrey stay on it. Finally they lose it. Mistaken by Moore. Long flip pass down at the blue line. It's onside. It'll come right down to the goaltender, Graywell, who will cover it up. Down to 5:35 to go here. Opening period. This is our second men's B quarterfinal. In our previous one, Edmonton Killer Bees defeated the Hamilton Outlaws, and they will advance to the semifinals. When we finish with this one, we'll move up to the semifinals for the D. They played their elimination games yesterday in their quarterfinals this morning. Quarterfinals in the other arenas. We'll get the two of the semifinals here a little later, and then we'll do the two women's semifinals. We're getting down there. Offside. Shot in. We stop behind the goal. Back to pick it up. Nav Gill. Gill up ahead, trying to get it to Shea. A little bit beyond his reach. Actually, 93, Jaden Baines. We again continue to revamp our roster. Just said a minute ago we had Shea Scott as number 4. Jaden Baines, 93. Sutter. Pass to an open wing. Gill will turn for Surrey, knocked off his stick. Stolen away. Onside. Tried to get it over to Irichuk, did Favreau. Now Favreau's got it again in the corner. Favreau setting up along the half wall, back at the point. To Sutter, his shot goes in wide. Irichuk to the front of the goal. Surrey with a chance to move it. Sandu gets it over center, shoots it in. Surrey will get in a change. Kamloops also changing. A.J. Moody got it to the front of the goal, grabbed out of the air. Good play by the goaltender Armstrong to intercept that pass towards the front of the goal. Reached up and grabbed it out of the air. Deflected to the boards, now it goes in around behind the goal. Piva can't get it out, kept in by Surrey. Player went down. Kamloops with it down in the corner. Piva. They get it to the front of the goal. Held on, and it'll be a face-off. Still in the Surrey end. 2:12 to go, first period. Gill. Bring it out himself for Surrey, then overran it. Provincial. Good move. Played out by Rang. Back to get it, Jordan Moore. He'll leave it for Brandon Toy. Back to Toy. This one's going to work. It's onside. Can't get the shot on goal. See, the teams try that a fair bit. That Hail Mary pass, that one was perfect. That was Zach Anderson with the chance. Tyson Gayer. Gayer in the corner. Rang watching him. Here trying to kick it up to his stick. Finally succeeds in doing so.
Last minute to play in the first period.
That went off of Rang. Behind the goal and all the way up the other side. Now it's back in the corner. Provincial. Shot on goal. Save made by Graywall, and he will hold on. We'll do that face-off all over again. Sutter played it across. It comes up at center. Comes back to Sutter. At the blue line, not in. Now it is. Time winding down. 15 seconds to go in the period. Stephen Curry. He'll try the flip pass. Running on to that. Juka. Juka with 2 seconds. One last chance. It's in. They're going to wave it off at the buzzer. So close. Waved off immediately by the referee. Surrey robbed of a goal by about a half a second. That's it. All right, 1-0. Kamloops leading this after one period. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with period number 2 of this men's B quarterfinal game. Second period underway. Kamloops leading Surrey 1-0 after the opening period. It'll be kept in by Kamloops. Shot blocked. Comes out towards the red line. Nice job there by Kyle Graham to hold it in. It's along the boards right down below us. Fed in front of the goal. Taken away by Nav Gill. Over to AJ Kayla. Right up through the middle. That's from their own side of center, and it will be, no, they're going to wave it off. They're saying that Kayla could have caught up to it. Gets it up center. Stephen Curry. Can't get it out. Coming back to pick it up. Daniel Juka. Juka, long pass up. Didn't touch anybody, and that will be a flooring call against Surrey. One of these years, I'll get everybody to join me in calling it flooring. Not holding my breath, but I'm stubborn. I'm going to keep trying. Brandon Toy back at the point. Shot comes over the top of the goal, sits behind the net. Laniger had it for Kamloops. Scrambling in there along the boards. Jordan Moore got to it for the Blackjacks. And then it's brought out. Here comes Surrey. They've got numbers. Dornbush shot from way out. Easy save. Then it's knocked down by Sandu. Sandu looking to get the return pass. That was intercepted. Back come the Blackjacks. Piva with a shot looking far side. That didn't miss by a whole lot. That's still onside. Now it'll come out. Trying to get away was Gill. He couldn't. Actually, it was 91, not 9. Sebastian Sandu. Over here to Sutter. Go all the way down the floor right to the goaltender, so no flooring, and with Zach Anderson right there for Kamloops, goaltender will hold it. Paratella, pass across. Now they'll move it down in along the boards. Shot blocked, goes back to the boards. On it was Nijar for Surrey. Scrambly play inside the blue line. Back at the point. Gayer trying to work his way in. He'll go back to the boards. Provincial got it down low. Nav Gill ran into a couple of players. It's still stuck to the boards over there. Referee out at center has got his arm in the air. Usually means something bad for somebody. Interference against Kamloops. Tyson Gayer gone to the penalty box. So power play for the Surrey Hounds. They win the face-off. Gill back up top to Antonielli. Right in the slot, a shot by Rana. Got blocked. Rana still battling for it. Wild scramble in front of the goaltender. Kamloops come up with it and clear it out. Like Tony Alley will go back to retrieve it. With a minute and a half to go in the power play for Surrey. Juka. He lost it. Out comes Graham. Lost as he cut towards the goal. It's batted out of the air. It'll be a hand pass.
11:37 in the second period. That's Gafer for interference.
Once again, Kamloops able to clear it. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Kayla has it poked away. Now the race is on. Comes towards the front of the goal. Graywall clears it. Sandu. They get it in over the blue line, just onside. Set it up back at center. Kayla to Curry. Back to Kayla. Down low, Demule. Back to Curry. Rebound was there. Unable to put it home was Muti. Penalty is now over. Blackjacks kill that one off. Players go to the boards. Look out, all alone in front. The Blackjacks made a pass. I'm not quite sure about that decision. All alone in front and elected to pass it. John Favreau. After he did it, put his hands on his heads, and I think he may have been asking himself the same question. Taken by Anderson. At center, backhanded in. Surrey back to retrieve. Nav Gill to Chima. Up to Sandu. Can't get it out, kept in. It's Favreau. This time he passes it and the shot goes over the top of the goal. It rattles around in front. It is still loose. Favreau's got it. To the side of the goal. Somehow Graywell makes the save. Sutter. Again into the slot. That one was blocked. Finally, Surrey able to get it out. Great pressure that time by the Blackjacks, almost making it a 2-goal lead. Graywell kept it out. Defensively, getting over to break that up was Rang. Now he's got it on his stick. Flips it up towards center. Player goes down. Surrey wants a penalty called. Not going to happen. Bartella gets it for Kamloops. Plays it over into the corner. Now they'll move it up the left side. Favreau tipped it in and then headed to the bench. Demule in front for Rang. He couldn't get a shot on goal. Desai rips it in. It sits on the goal line, and falling on it is the goaltender Armstrong. awkwardly keeping it out. Hard shot from beside the point. It changed direction. Got in behind the goaltender. Turned around, sat on it. Kept it out. They wouldn't award any style points on that save, but in terms of sheer effectiveness, 10 out of 10. Kamloops made a late change, so face-off man gets waved out. That was Dornbush. They win it anyway. Sandu. Stopped at center. And Tony Alley shoots it in. Bimone. Up along the boards. Again, the referee's arm is in the air, boarding. It'll go against Surrey. Austin DeMule gone to the penalty box. Power play for the Blackjacks. They win the faceoff. They'll set things up. Bartella swings it this side. Favreau. Favreau steps in, threw it in front. It'll come back to Bartella. They'll go to the left side. It rattles around in front of the goal. Favreau again. Down along the goal line. Back to Favreau. Bartella. Favreau. Mishandled it a little bit. Gets it back to Bartella. He's got a little bit of room to the side. Scores! Big second goal for Kamloops. Take a quick peek. There's Favreau back to Bartella. I think that may have been Henderson on the right side. He eventually put it home. 2-0. Face-off will be in the Kamloops end. Surrey win the face-off. Gill down a little further to Sandu. Sandu in behind the goal. Tony Alley mishandle it. Will be brought out by Toy. Trying to track it down in the corners, Provencal. And he's got it right out in front. A big save made by Greywall. Very easily could have been 3-0. The Kamloops player was left all alone in front of the goaltender. Shot from the point trickles in towards the goaltender, Kyle Graham. With that one partially deflected on the way to the goal. Ignaci. Big save again by Graywall, trying to keep his team in this. Sandu, it was Henderson with the goal for Kamloops. Play along the boards. Hounds from Sudbury come up with it, flip it ahead, trying to get it to Shea Scott. He couldn't control it. Scott tips it in, that'll be offside. In ahead of the play was Austin DeMule. Surrey gets it in over the blue line. Chima put it in behind the goal. Bartella backhands it along the boards. That will allow Kamloops to bring it out. Bonnet was knocked down. Play continues. Kamloops have it. Anderson. Swing and a miss. We come back to Anderson. His shot. Save made by Graywall. Again, he will not allow a rebound. Both teams get in a change. Comes right to the front of the goal. Two Kamloops players go down, fell over each other. That's kept in. Favreau. Shot goes up in the air, lands in behind the goal. Played back by Niger. Gill. Over to Niger. Can't move on it. Forced back. And Tony Alley. Quick pass up ahead. Trying to get it to Moody. Moody down in the corner. Held against the boards. In to try and help out Traversy. Both players go down. Moody gets back up. He's got it. Down to Traversy. He'll go back at the point. Winding up with the big slap shot. Kayla blocked. So many shots get blocked in ball hockey. You get the occasional one in ice hockey, but you get it a lot in ball hockey. Tough to get one through. Kayla. Jumped over the stick of Curry and Tony Alley. Again, blocked. The Kamloops player without a stick. It's Brandon Toy. That shot ripped just wide by Traversy. He'll head to the bench. Back to Antoni Alley. That backhand put wide by Juka. Good shift here for the Hounds. Maybe their best of the game. Curry took it off his foot, then shot it over the top of the goal. Juka. In for Curry, knocked off his stick. Favreau. Clear it down the floor. Will it be enough for a flooring call? Yes, it will be. Minute 40 to go, second period. This one's moved along quickly. Little break built into the schedule before we start the D semifinal, scheduled for 4:25 this afternoon, because D teams played this morning in their quarters. Not as big a break on the webcast, because we are running a little bit late on the first 4 games of the day. But we'll get a little more than the usual 5 minutes between games, which is nice. Had some food brought up a little while ago. Might actually get a chance to eat it. Don't always get a chance to eat the food that's brought up to us. Scramble outside the blue line, brought in. Juka, he goes down. Kamloops come up with it. They'll relieve the pressure by just sending it down the floor. And we'll get a face-off back in the Kamloops end. Just 1 minute left to go here in the second period. Timeout. Surrey. You see the Surrey bench. Coach being very demonstrative. As I say that, he folds his hands. Down by 2. The face-off deep in enemy territory to start this final minute. 58.2 seconds left to go. So face-off win would certainly be warranted for Surrey. Scramble draw taken by Kamloops. Now Surrey has it. There's a chance shot just over the top of the goal. Traversey had the opportunity. They'll keep it in. Still lots of time in this period. Traversey with a shot. Went off of the Kamloops player, Sutter. So the face-off will stay right there. Down to 37.4 seconds to go. Play up along the boards. Cleared by Kamloops. That'll get out. Back to get it was Kayla. Now it's shot in a little deeper. Traversey back to get it. And Tony Alley didn't get it out over center, so it's still in. Chance now for Kamloops. They turn it over. There's 3 seconds to go. Dump down the floor. That's going to do it. Second period comes to an end. Kamloops add to their lead. They led 1-0 after 1. They lead 2-0 after 2. We'll head into the third period in just 2 minutes from now. We'll be right back. 15 minutes of regulation left to play in this one. 2-0 Kamloops leading Surrey. The Battle of BC. Men's B semi-final. Down in behind the Surrey goal to start the third period. Players all pile in back there. Still can't move it. 4 of them in there. Referee watching closely. Ball keeps moving, but it stays along the boards. A couple more players come in to help out. Just about everybody in there now. Finally, he comes free. Nav Gill will drop it back to Chima. Chima up the floor. Back to get it. Graham for Kamloops up along the boards to Henderson. He'll play it back. Henderson. And Tony Alley picked that off. Plays it back down into the Kamloops end. Graham. Gets it up along the boards. Can't get past Dornbush. Back to Graham. Over to Byman. Backhanded out by Henderson. Good speed by Favreau to get there to prevent the flooring. He went down hard. Back up. Brought in by Dornbush. That goes wide, comes to the near boards. Back into the corner. Still in behind the goal. It goes up in the air in the corner. A lot of play along the boards here in this third period. It squirts loose. Surrey's got it, backhands it, up and out of play. We've played 2:38 here in the third period. Most of it along the boards. Kamloops is okay with that. Taylor has it poked away. Graywall will leave it for Gill. Gill to Desai. A little bit further looking for Curry. Curry couldn't quite catch up to it. Out at center, Surrey has it coming off the bench. Taking it was Nav Gill. Over to Chima. Kamloops get to the boards out of harm's way. And down the floor. They come right to the goaltender who will keep play going. Chima to an open wing. Surrey will change. Byman. He's got Niger draped on him. Again, the ball goes to the boards. This time it doesn't stay as long. Shot by Loniger. Doesn't get through and comes all the way out to center. Again, the battle continues there. A.J. Moody. Moody goes down. It's going to be a power play opportunity for Surrey. Just what the doctor ordered for the Hounds. John Favreau down to the penalty box. Juka working the corner. Two players go down. Play allowed to continue. Short-handed. Here comes Kamloops. But in behind the play, a Kamloops player is down in the corner to our right. The reason for the stoppage. Ooh. And he is heading directly to the dressing room. Brandon Toy. We're going to need a towel, I think. Goaltender came out, indicated something on the floor down to his right. It was Braden Armstrong. The referee had a look and then called for a towel. They're going to wipe it down. So they go to the scorekeeper's box to get a towel, and they don't have one. So now they're going to have to go and look in one of the dressing rooms. This could take a minute, folks. Okay, we get one from the Surrey bench. At the end of the Kamloops bench, Brandon Toy's come back and he's holding a towel to the side of his face. But he is back on the bench, so that's good. The way he was holding his hands in front of his face as if he was, as they say in sports parlance, leaking. Not to make light of it. He's gone back to the dressing room again. They've got it cleaned up. And we are set to go again.
Kamloops Blackjacks penalty. Charge to number 10, John Favaro. 2 minutes for holding. Protected penalties 10-15, third period. That's Favaro for holding.
Cleared down by Kamloops. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Tony Alley will flip it in. Juka gets to it first for Surrey. He's pushed to the boards and then pushed down to the floor. Ball still along the boards. Juka has got it. Good pass back at the point. One-timer gets blocked. And Tony Alley with another one. That missed the net. It's fed out in front and then fed down the floor. Ball comes out to play it around the boards, but nobody there for Surrey. Surrey were changing. They get caught on a bad change. Short-handed, they score. Ooh. Goaltender came out to help out his defenseman who was being chased down, but there was nobody over on this side because everybody was changing for Surrey. You see the players now just coming off the bench. Too little, too late. 3 of them. Kamloops player left alone in front. Now the hole has gotten much deeper. And just as the goal was scored, the penalty expired. We're underway again, 3-0 now. That makes a huge difference to this game. Trying to race onto it, getting to it is the Kamloops player. It was Irchuk. Cleared away by Surrey. Curry can't get it out, hesitated, had it knocked off his stick, played right back in again. Kamloops get back, come up with that one. In through the middle, in over the blue line. Down a little deeper. That was Piva. Played it in for Kamloops, and he'll peel off. Picked off at center, brought back in. Bartella. Ignacci's pass was off the mark. Ignacci with the last Kamloops goal. Gain the zone, drop it back, shoot it in deep.
Penalty. Charge to number 10, John Favaro. 10-minute misconduct at 8:04.
On that last goal by Kamloops, Favreau picks up a 10-minute misconduct. Likely for, the officials and Canada Ball Hockey are really trying to crack down on the taunting and the over-exuberant celebrating. Not to take the fun out of it, but when you do it at the expense of the other team or in the face of the other team. Didn't see what happened, but it was right after they scored a goal and they're heading back to the bench when Favreau got hit with the 10-minute misconduct. So putting 2 and 2 together, I may be coming up with 5, but I think I've got it as a 4. Time running out on the Surrey Hounds. Under 6 to play, down by 3. Graham, the captain of the Blackjacks. Content to just flip it out. Gill missed it. Brought in offside. Backhanded down the floor. Racing back to AJ Kayla. Gonna get there. Over to Margaret Gill. Up to Curry. Graham. Graham got it over to Lymon. Goes back in behind the goal. Curry tried the wraparound. The ball went off his stick into the corner. Gill quickly up the floor. Gets it to Juka. Drops it off to Curry. Curry towards the goal. It's redirected into the corner. Taken there by Sandu. Comes to the front of the goal, and Kamloops defended that and cleared out of the zone. Under 4 to go now. Again, the ball held against the boards. Comes to the near side. Racing after it was Piva, but wasn't able to get to it. Well, the referee way back inside the other blue line. Is this called a penalty? No, this is going to be offsetting. Unsportsmanlike to both. Nav Gill and Andrew Henderson. Kamloops has called a timeout. So just checking the Canada Ball Hockey website for an update on the schedule, because games were happening in another arena today as well. So it looks like we have got coming up at 4:25 in the first of the D semifinals. We'll have the Hamilton Ducks taking on the Brampton Hats Off. So 2 Ontario teams in that semifinal here in the main bowl at Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. And Tony Alley back to pick it up. Just sent right back in again. Should calm down a little bit here.
Kamloops Blackjack. Number 20, Andrew Henderson. 2 minutes.
Kamloops pick it off, flick it in.
Referee 17.
Baywall out to play
Surrey
it.
Hounds. Number 9, Adam Gill.
He had it
2
stolen.
minutes.
Tried to play it up around the boards, but it was taken away
Referee 17.
by Piva.
Henderson and Gill. Unfortunate for the final.
Lonergan plays it to the boards. Taken away by Traversy. Surrey, long stretch pass up at the blue line, knocked down, but controlled by Kamloops. Holding call. They track it down. Minute 33 to go. They're going to take the goaltender out. One last ditch effort here for Surrey. In front, Juka. Stop made by Armstrong. The net is empty. They won't take a chance at getting the face-off back in their own end, so just play it into the zone. Help kill some time. Sandu for Sandu. Tanver Sandu to Sebastian Sandu. Either way, it didn't work. Now it will be a face-off back in the Kamloops end. Only 51.2 seconds to go. 3-goal lead for the Blackjacks. So we'll have just under an hour break before we get to the men's D semifinal. And again, the extra time built in because the D teams played their quarterfinals this morning, so give them a little extra time. We get a timeout. That's going to cut into our break time. Surrey has called a timeout. This was basketball, you'd say they're drawing up a three-point play. Still lots of time, but how many three-goal plays in hockey? Under a minute to go. Stranger things have happened on Netflix. I don't know if they've happened here. Yeah, I was kind of proud of that one. Sudbury's got it back in their own end, or Surrey rather. And there it is in the empty net. That'll do it, 4-0. And we'll play this one out, and Kamloops will advance to the B semifinals. They're going to have to play another game late tonight. Congratulations Kamloops Blackjacks on to the semifinals in the men's B. Good effort by the Surrey Hounds, but their championship is over for 2023. We'll stay for the player of the game, and then we will take a break. Back at 4:25 with Hamilton Ducks, Brampton Hats off. Two Ontario teams. Men's D semifinal. Teams will line up on their respective blue lines. We'll get the player of the game.
Great game, you guys. Player of the game goes to Kamloops, number 20,
Andrew Henderson, number 20 from Kamloops Blackjacks, picks up player of the game. All right, as I mentioned, we are going to take 55 minutes off. Back at 4:25, Hamilton Ducks, Brampton Hats off. Men's D semifinal. Come back and join us then here on AO.live.